The rainbow streaks of hyperspace faded like dying embers. Reality snapped back with a gentle shudder that ran through every deck of the Aetherion. No alarms, no explosions, just the soft chime of a clean emergence. On the bridge, every eye locked on the forward viewport as stars resolved into their familiar points. A quiet sector, dim orange dwarf star off to port, a thin asteroid belt drifting lazily in the middle distance. No immediate contacts, no green swarm signatures, no Zorith hulls. For the first time in what felt like days, the crew allowed themselves to breathe. Lena broke the silence first. Emergence confirmed. Position: uncharted sector Delta 9 Theta. No active signals within 5 light minutes. We're alone. Jax let his shoulders drop a fraction. Good flying, everyone. Status check quick and clean. Mia spoke from engineering. Core stable. Grav plates cooled to nominal. Microfractures patched with nanite sealant integrity back to 99%. We can push again if we have to. Rico scan tactical. Passive sensors clear. No stealth signatures. No residual swarm spores. Whatever they seeded on the old vector didn't follow us through the jump. Sophia leaned back in her seat, arms crossed. They'll be pissed, but they'll need time to recalibrate. We've got maybe 12 hours before the next wave picks up our trail. Zira's wings gave a small flutter of agreement. They adapt fast, but blind jumps confuse them. Organic brains don't like uncertainty. Jax nodded. Then we don't waste the window. Sentinel, any sign of that core ward signal Kane mentioned? The robot rolled forward slightly. Passive archival sweep complete during transit. Faint narrowband pulse detected on subspace harmonic 47.2. Origin, galactic core, approximate distance 18,400 light-years. Signal characteristics match pre-diaspora human encryption envelope. Strength, barely above noise threshold. No content decodable at current range. Dax looked up from his Overwatch station. 18,000 light-years? That's a lifetime of jumps, even for this ship. Not if we chain them, Linus said. The Aetherion's warp drive has longer legs than anything I've seen. Theoretical max, per jump, 1,200 light-years. We could reach it in 16 transits. 2 weeks, give or take. Jax rubbed his jaw. 2 weeks is forever when the swarm is hunting. But if Kane thought it was worth mentioning, it's worth finding. He turned to the main holo display. First things first, weapons check. Full diagnostic on primary and secondary batteries. I want to know exactly what we're carrying before we need it. Sentinel's optic brightened. Initiating full armament survey. Estimated time, for minutes. Displaying results on tactical overlay. The hologram shifted. Layer after layer unfolded, dozens of weapon systems lighting up in gold and crimson icons. Rico whistled low. That's a lot. Primary armaments appeared first. Graviton lances, X-12 forward-facing spinal mounts, capable of projecting focused gravity waves that crush armor or tear hulls apart at molecular level. Range, 800,000 kilometers. Recharge, 18 seconds. Phase disruptor arrays, X-48 distributed along the wings and dorsal/ventral spines. Tunable frequency beams that ignore conventional shields by shifting out of phase. Can slice through multiple targets in a single sweep. Void shield generators. X8 full envelope protection. Absorbs kinetic, energy, and exotic attacks. Overcharge mode allows temporary reflection of incoming fire. Secondary systems scrolled past. Singularity torpedoes, X-24 launch tubes along midline. Deploy micro-black holes on timed fuses. Devastating area denial. 1 shot per tube until resupply. Plasma cluster point defense. Hundreds automated turrets covering every approach angle. Shreds missiles, fighters, boarding pods, boarding repulsors. Short-range kinetic pulses designed to shred anything attempting hull attachment. And then the hidden tier systems marked in deep crimson, labeled Contingency only. Neural Cascade Emitter, X1 ship-wide broadcast weapon. Disrupts organic nervous systems within 50,000 kilometers. Non-lethal to humans, shielded by biometric resonance. Lethal to most carbon-based species. Last resort anti-boarding measure. Reality anchor, X1 experimental. Creates localized space-time bubble. Can freeze time within a 1 kilometer radius for up to 30 seconds. Single use per charge cycle. Risk of catastrophic feedback. Kaivas stared at the list. Reality anchor? That's theoretical physics on steroids. Mara, his twin, shook her head. Not theoretical. It's here. Howard. Locked behind captain-only authorization. Jax studied the crimson icons. Sentinel. Why are these flagged contingency only? Primary directive. Preserve human life above all else. Cascade, emitter, and reality anchor carry unacceptable collateral risk to allied or neutral organics. Use restricted to scenarios where total annihilation of hostile force is the only survival path. Jax's expression hardened. Understood. Keep them locked. We're not using doomsday toys unless there's no other choice. Sophia looked at him. You sure? Swarm doesn't negotiate. They don't retreat unless you make them. I'm sure, Jax said. We fight smart first. Overwhelming last. He stood. Rico, Sophia run live fire sims on the lances and disruptors. Low power, short bursts. Make sure the targeting AIs sync with the new crew. Mia, Kai, Mara cross-check the Singularity tubes. I want manual overrides in place in case the AI glitches. The team moved with purpose. Stations hummed. Simulated targets appeared in the hollow space ghost swarm scouts. Zorth cruisers, asteroid chunks. Rico fired first. A Graviton lance stabbed out. Silent, invisible until it struck the sim target. The virtual hull crumpled inward like paper in a fist. No explosion, just collapse. Sophia followed with the phase arrays. Thin violet lines flickered. The target ship simply parted clean cuts through armor, engines, bridge. No debris, just pieces drifting apart. Zero watched, wings half raised in awe. That's not shooting, that's erasing. Jax let them run 3 full cycles. Each time the ship responded faster, more intuitively. The Aetherion wasn't just obeying commands, it was learning their styles, adjusting firing solutions, predicting movements. After the last sim ended, Jax addressed the bridge. Listen up. We've got hidden teeth nobody in this galaxy expect from humans. That's our edge. But edge is dull if you don't use them right. We practice. We drill. We get comfortable with this power without letting it own us. He paused, and we keep looking for that signal. Lena start plotting the first jump in the chain. Short hops. Safe vectors. No blind leaps. Already working it, Lena said. First transit ready in 20 minutes. 1,200 light years toward core. Low-risk lane. Jax nodded. Good. Everyone eat. Rest. Rotate. We got a long road ahead. As the crew began to disperse in shifts, Jax stayed at the viewport. He placed a hand against the cool crystal. The ship answered not with voice, but with a faint warmth under his palm. A pulse. Acknowledgement. He spoke quietly, so only the ship could hear. You've waited a long time. We're here now. We won't waste what you've kept safe. The warmth spread slightly, then faded. Behind them, hyperspace beckoned again. Ahead, a signal pulsed faint, steady, ancient. And somewhere far behind, the swarm adapted. They always did. The Aetherion's arsenal is fully revealed, devastating, terrifying, and mostly held in check by human restraint. The journey to the core's signal begins with the first of many jumps. But the swarm never stops learning. What waits at the end of the chain, and will the ship's hidden weapons stay hidden when the real fight comes? Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more intense HFY episodes.